I know I'm tasting, but good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, y'all. Oh my goodness.
I've got some good foods today. And by did we pick a unique platter, a unique idea, I want to say. Why did we come up with this idea?
Because we wanted to make the potatoes the star of the show.
Oh, okay.
That's why. So I did a couple different things with potatoes, but I think you did more than I did with potatoes.
Okay.
I
did. All right. I'm checking some stuff out here. Oh, okay. That's not on there. It's on the comments. All right. Anyway, so yeah, it's potato week. All right. We actually decided to do, and I don't know why we came up with the idea, but we said, let's do everything potato. I don't know if it's National Potato Day or something like that. It might be because I haven't looked at the calendar in a while. But let us come up with this idea last week, and I said, let's do that. That would be an interesting idea to do, where everything on the show is potatoes. Well, or has got potatoes in it. Let's just put it that way. Or has potatoes in it.
Because and we weren't thinking about baked potatoes or mashed potatoes, because that's your.
Well, yeah, I didn't do baked or mashed, and I thought about doing a baked. I really did, because you know what I mean. There is a unique way that you can do a baked potato in the microwave.
Yes,
it is really, really good. And then, all right, if you do that and have your like air fryer up, and you put it in the air fryer for like the last minute or something, it'll crisp it. All right. And mashed potatoes, basically you take any potato you've got and mash it. All right.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons we did it was, all right, before, I know we've done vodkas a ton on the show, but let's face it, we kind of know that what is going to be your drink when you actually have all potatoes, it's probably going to be vodka.
Right.
Where is, that's what I didn't get, was potato chips. Darn, that was dumb of me. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway, so potato vodka, which would be in made from like the Poland, all right, the what is that area called? Like Poland, Russia, Ukraine area. Go ahead and show it to me. I know you're going to show it to me, and it better have potato in it. It better not be a corn vodka.
That's what I'm looking for.
Because I know what she has in her hand. I mean, this is exactly what Gwen said she would bring.
Oh no, this one's corn.
Mm-hmm.
This one's corn. This is not potato. There is a famous potato vodka here in Oregon that it's like the rage. One time, one of the bottles went for like $150 at an auction when you buy it for like $40, but it was a whole thing. I didn't think this was potato based, but I pulled it out. I think I might have it at the office. I'm pretty sure I don't have it here. I'm very sure I don't have a potato vodka here, but there is a potato vodka, y'all.
What's the vodka you pulled out? I told you.
Crater Lake Reserve.
I knew she was going to pull it out, and I knew as soon as she pulled it out, it was going to be a corn vodka. So I went with the Poland vodka. If you've heard of the Chopin. All right. From Poland. Now, this one here is specifically potato vodka, and it is, we went in and there was like 6 or 7 different ones that the lady at the store pointed out, but this one here I'd seen and researched. I thought, I'm just going to do it because it's a famous name.
So what I did was that we had talked about shepherd's pie, and we said we're going to wait on that. And this feels like it's loosening up. I decided to make
my top's a twist off, not a pop off.
This is a potato shepherd's pie.
Okay, no beef.
Oh no, the beef is inside. I scooped out the potatoes. I put the beef, like I made it as though it was going to be for shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
And then I put the potato on top. So this is a shepherd's pie potato. And then over here, it's a slightly different, but because I did make potato tacos the other day. which are delicious, and I freeze them, and then they're easy to fry and heat up. But I had already eaten all of them, so we did without. So I did a different one where the potatoes are fried, essentially stovetop. Then I pulled them out. I put onions, mushrooms, Anaheim chilies, and once all that cooks through, then I added some heavy cream, flour to be able to make it a little bit thick, and then in a tortilla. So this was a potato mushroom taco. So those were my two main things. And I thought, well, this feels a little Mexican-ish because it's a taco.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled out beer, a Mexican beer, which I actually had. Cerveza de Conexión Mundial, Portugal, the man, the beer. So they're kind of doing a Portugal the man type thing, but it's Mexican lager. It was the last one they had when I got it. I got this 2 months ago, and it's just been sitting there. But then I thought, well, next best thing is tequila, because Mexican tacos. And I have my Casa Noble little glass. And for my, this is my Oregon brew. So when I got this, I was running this. So I thought these went together. So that was my reasoning for doing what I did.
Okay.
There's a couple of other things that I pulled and I put to the side, but I had the potato chips, which I just opened. Mm-hmm. And then of course I have my salsa. So potato chips and salsa. That's always a go-to for me. Oh, this is what the potatoes look like before I put them into my taco.
Uh-huh.
And then I topped it off. I have some cilantro over here, so I'm going to be topping it off with some cilantro. I could add some cheese to it. And one thing it called for of course, I'm going to do my own thing. It called for parsley. I did not add parsley. I just added cilantro. And then I thought I could always add some salsa if I want to give it a little something. I'm not sure how it's going to do because the last time I ate them, I didn't add salsa. But since I have the salsa, I'm going to add it only to one to see how I like it. Mm-hmm. Somehow I don't know that the cream sauce is going to go well with that, but hey, check it out. And I need a knife to cut my my shepherd's pie potato.
Sure.
So I have
So I'm drinking the vodka just by itself and tasting my different potatoes on the plate. Mm. I went with pierogies.
Okay.
Which potatoes almost always fell pierogies. Now I do love me some really good sauerkraut pierogies, but very hard to find them here in America. You really have to make them yourself. I did these little round potatoes that we get in a bag, and basically what I did was I chopped up an onion, put it and heated up, poured some olive oil over it, added some salt, some pepper, some oregano, some sage, and some parsley to it. And I heated up the iron skillet and basically put them in the iron skillet.
Oh, nice.
And chopped up some, chopped up a yellow onion, put in with it to it, and just kind of turned it around for about 3 or 4 minutes. The French fries and the hash brown I put in the air fryer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Pierogies. How I make my pierogies is I actually put butter and onion because I chopped up my onion.
Okay.
In a frying pan, and I start cooking them up like I'm cooking my onions in butter. But then I take and put the pierogies in the microwave in water for 3 minutes.
Okay.
Once I bring them out for 3 minutes, then I put them in the pan and kind of turn them 2 or 3 times with some salt and pepper onto them. And because they kind of sat there and aged a little bit, because I got done with this all about 10 minutes early, they look a little dark, but they're supposed to look somewhat fried. And my potatoes are my pierogies are the baked potato flavor pierogies. So,
oh, okay.
No.
I like that. So I'm going to dip into the shepherd's pie. This is where I'm going to start with the shepherd's pie. Huh?
But I also did bring it along because I can make it very easily. I brought my shaker, a martini glass, got some olives into it, my shaker, some olive juice, some vermouth, and I can just make me up a little bit of martini.
There you go. I wonder what you might be making.
Yeah.
So I already know what the chips and salsa are going to taste with beer, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Now, I love a really dirty martini.
Mm.
Like, I want olive juice flavored vodka. In other words, it's just what I like.
That's why it's dirty. If you have a gentleman's martini, it's a very clean, you're not going to have any of the floaty that you normally would have if you're using the true olive juice versus the jarred olive juice, which I love because it's easy. It lasts longer.
Yeah.
It tastes nice and clean. Of course, the beer and the chips and the salsa go very well. I'm going to do the chip with just the tequila.
No, I do have just the vodka down here by itself. And this vodka, I'm going to tell you, it kind of reminds me very, very much. I know it's potato. Reminds me very, very much of my my triple grain moonshine.
Okay.
In other words, it's a lot smoother than corn vodka.
It is.
So I'm going to mute myself while I do some shaking.
Yes, go ahead. So if you're just doing tequila with potato chips, that goes down very well. So feel free to just do some chips and tequila, sipping on it. This particular one is añejo, and it is 100% agave. And this is Pepe Hernandez. I got to meet him. I'm sure I've told you that on the podcast before. His signature's on here. He's the master distiller, the master tequilero. And he's the great-great-grandson of the original founders. And this one is a very good bottle. This is not the one that is signed because I have another bottle that's over here on the bar that it's signed at the bottom and it is numbered. This was not a numbered one, but it is a very delicious tequila. I like this. This is definitely a sipping tequila, and it goes very, very well with the chips. The beer, of course, always goes well with, it went well with the shepherd's pie, and it goes very well with the chips also, again, because, of course, the beer is going to tone down the salt of the potato chips. With tacos and potatoes, especially if you fry a potato, beer goes very well because it helps tone down all the greasiness of the potato. So that's going to be my next bite, is going to be into my taco, the one with the salsa. We'll see if I like it.
Well, when it comes to potatoes, all right, there's basically a few ways you get to cook them. You can air fry them, you can fry them, you can deep fry them, or you can fry them, or you can boil them.
Barbecue. I have thrown my potatoes on the barbecue.
Well, it's just like grilling, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They take forever.
Yeah.
But the flavor is so different. I just don't have the patience for it because it takes a long time. I mean, in the oven, they're going to take about an hour and 20. Mm-hmm. On the grill, it's going to be over 2 hours.
Well,
okay,
if you're doing a barbecue, I'm going to give you an idea. If you're doing a barbecue, one of the things you almost always have going there is like a hibachi or a fire pit. You can wrap the potatoes very much up in aluminum and drop them in the bottom of your fire pit.
Yes. Okay.
All right. And they will cook all nice by themselves. And you know what I mean? And no matter what wood you got into it, it's still gonna come out with a nice, because it's all wrapped in there. But I was just cooking the potato. If you do it that way, I always say put a piece of garlic in it.
Inside the potato or inside the
potato?
Okay.
Stick a piece of garlic in a potato because that garlic is going to cook out a lot better as it heats up.
Okay.
All right. You could stick a slab of butter in there too, but just saying, it makes the flavor of barbecue go very well once you've had that garlic, because the garlic is going to dominate the taste.
See, here's all you got the carrots in there, you got the peas, you got the ground beef.
Now, one of the things I did have was this lovely thing here, which is a hash brown.
Mm.
And I know it looks like the McDonald's hash browns, which I love. But these hash browns are potatoes. And this is to me, this is a breakfast potato.
Yes.
You can do I mean, I have, what do they call them? Not the hush puppy, but the, not the hush puppy. What's it?
Tater tots?
Tater tots. Right? You can do them with breakfast too. But to me, this is the one breakfast potato I like, other than, which we'll do in a couple of weeks, which is, you know what I mean? Just fried potatoes, which is very similar to this. It's just not in a form. It's just fried.
So the thyme, I got to sometimes, because there is thyme in this because it's shepherd's pie. I took a bite and I had a little bit more prominent thyme. And with the tequila, it just mellowed out the thyme. It just blended beautifully. So the tequila goes very well with this little shepherd's pie potato. And it goes definitely well. And I don't know if it's because of the salsa that's in there, but it tastes very fresh, very good. It goes well. It just brings out the flavors. The tequila I think that the potato calms the tequila down, and the tequila calms the fried potato down. So I think it's a good combination there.
Oh. All right. Palate cleanse.
But my potato tacos, the ones that I make, when I have leftover mashed potatoes, I lightly heat my tortilla just enough to make it pliable. If they're nice and soft, I don't have to do that. But I refrigerate my tortillas so that they last longer. But if you're keeping them out, the corn tortillas will probably be nice and soft, and it is a corn tortilla. You just fill it up with your potato, you close it, and then you want to make sure that you put it in a toothpick to hold it closed. You then can throw it in a single layer in the freezer. Once it's been frozen, then you can move it from being on like a little baking sheet to a Ziploc bag, and they won't stick to each other. When you're ready to cook them, you just heat up the oil, and then you just slip it in there, and you let it brown up and cook inside, and then you pull it out, put it on a paper towel, and then normally you want to serve it with a nice little tomato sauce is what I prefer. You can do guac if you want, or you can just do a chunky salsa. But for me, I've always liked like a little almost soupy a salsa, so like a tomato salsa that is nice and fine, almost like a soup. So that I really like. I guess you can also dip it into tomato soup.
Yeah.
Instead of a grilled cheese, it'll be a fried potato taco.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to bring up bless you, with a potato vodka versus a corn vodka, and I was thinking about this as to where most of them are from. Like this one's from Poland. Most of your potato vodkas are going to be from Europe, Northern Europe countries. And why is that? I know a historian didn't look it up.
There's a lot of potatoes in the area, probably.
What is America's biggest crop?
I thought it was corn.
Corn. What is Europe's biggest crop?
Potatoes.
That's why they have potato vodka and we have corn vodka.
Although there are quite a few more distilleries here in Oregon that are making potato vodka.
There are a lot more. There are a lot more in America that are making it now.
Yeah.
But prominently, the good ones you're going to get are going to come from Europe because that's where the grounding recipe came from. I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying that's where the grounding recipe came from, right?
I will tell you, I don't remember what the potato vodka is here in Oregon. The
Mhm.
one that everybody wanted to imitate, that it became a big deal. I really can't remember what it is. As soon as I see it, I'll go, oh yeah, that's it. I was like, I didn't care for it. It was just like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Like, give me a Chopin. I like Chopin.
I like Chopin too. And Chopin has other vodkas. Now, they don't have just a potato, but their vodka will make a very, very good Bloody Mary, will make a very, very good martini. I've had it in very fancy hotels. So I'm eating the crispy French fries, which my wife always has a joke as to why I save them for last. It's because the ones are the ones they like. There was an episode of Big Bang Theory where Leonard and Penny are on a date, not on a date.
Oh yeah.
And Penny starts eating the crispy potatoes, crispy French fries.
Yes.
And Leonard goes, you can get your own order. No, I'll just eat yours. I'm just eating the crispy ones that you're not eating. He goes, no, I like them. I save them for last. Anyway, the things that and then the joke of the show is the things that men will let women get away with when they want to get a piece.
That doesn't mean they always get it.
It does not. Anyway, so we did potatoes because basically, I will say this. All right, this past week was a Thanksgiving. Last week we did Thanksgiving rounds. And I said we'd probably talk about what we did for Thanksgiving. But on our Thanksgiving plates, there were more than two different potatoes.
Really?
Yeah. So we had a mashed potato.
Okay.
We had a sweet potato. All right. We had like a potato, like fried potato pancake. All right. And then my boys come over and they brought over some like pot stickers that were vegan. So they had potatoes and coleslaw and stuff into them, which were, by the way, which I finished them off today. They were awesome. I know you guys said Tim eating vegan. Now, I got news for you. There are some people who understand the taste of food who are into vegan only. And those are the people I want their vegan recipes. Not the guy who's going, well, I'm eating vegan because I'm not touching meat and I'm going to make whatever slop and cardboard can taste like whatever. No, these pot stickers that they made were awesome.
Nice.
Put a little bit of chili sauce with them, some hoisin sauce, and they were awesome. But so we had three kinds of potatoes.
Nice.
On our Thanksgiving meal. So, and speaking of the things we had on Thanksgiving, what we have left. There is no meat left. And I did a ham and I did a turkey. Both of them are gone. We ate them all. We ate the leftovers. I think on Sunday or Saturday night, we were sitting in bed eating pieces of turkey and ham on the bed. I did a good turkey and a good ham this year. So anyway, what were you going to say? Tell me about yours.
Were they big enough? Should you have made more, or did you just make enough that it was that good?
I did a 15-pound turkey and I did a 5-pound ham.
Okay. That's a good
all right.
amount.
And my ham is a pre-cooked ham. I just put it in for about an hour and a half to almost 2 hours just to get the smoky hickory, take the remainder of my hickory wood. Hickory, and I used hickory this year. I used some cherries, some apple, chips. But it was mainly a hickory that I used this year. I just wanted to do something different. All right. So, what made my turkey and my ham was not the wood I used this year. However, the wood did great. My one vest still smells like it because I basically have this whole, hey, Robert, thanks for joining in, man. I see your comment there. I have this thing down where I just have a pair of overalls and clothes that I wear outside in the outdoor kitchen, which is my carport. So, so they all smell like smoke, and I just took them all off.
I know what you're saying, because I did all this cooking yesterday. There's no way I would have been able to do this
Oh,
in an hour. No way. This took a minute. This took a minute. And I had to go get the mushrooms because I was out of mushrooms, but I had the serranos and I had the potatoes and I had the onions. I just had to get and I had the tortillas and the cheese, and the potatoes and the peas. So I had everything except the mushrooms. And I was like, oh, I need to go get that. So I got that. But when I went to bed last night, I'm like, I could smell the food on I don't know if it was a pillow or if it was in the air, but I could just smell, and I'm going, man, this smells so good. Because between the meat and the potatoes and the serranos and just everything, it's like everything got, and I have a small place here. I mean, 749 square feet. And I didn't close the door to my bedroom. So it went in there and I was smelling my food when I went to bed.
Well, mine wasn't the smell of food on my clothes. Mine was the smell of the smoke from the smoker.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which makes you go, somebody's got barbecue going somewhere when you smell it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I took that off and put dress clothes on to come out and eat with the family. I mean, because I basically have a pair of work overalls that I just are not over like what do they call? Yeah, the coveralls, not coveralls, but overalls with it.
Yeah.
And I put them on with a nice warm shirt because I basically was outside from 9 a.m. Until almost 3 p.m. cooking. I hardly ever came in. I stayed outside. It was a fairly decent temperature to do it all day.
I was going to ask you how the temperature was because sometimes it can get a little chilly. Frankly, when it comes to chips, potato chips, I like just plain old salted potato chips. Wavy is my favorite, or the thin, lightly salted is my other favorite. If I'm doing salsa, I usually like corn chips.
But how about kettle versus regular chips? Kettle chips.
Oh, I love kettle chips. It just depends. I love kettle chips, but just traditional wavy potato chips, I absolutely love. But I do like kettle chips. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yum, yum, yum. And I'm like, these tacos taste pretty darn good, too. I can't believe how well they're staying together. But just remember, y'all, just like a taco can fall apart, it still tastes delicious. If you're falling apart, guess what? You're still a wonderful person. So,
I think one day I actually did a tortilla shell with some turkey, some stuffing, some mashed potatoes, and some cranberry sauce inside of a taco, and I made a Thanksgiving taco.
Nice. The potato by itself was good. So what I did with these potatoes was that I peeled them, I chopped them into chunks, I then boiled them. In my opinion, I should have pulled them out about a minute sooner. And then I threw them in a little bit of olive oil and browned them.
Okay.
And so the reason I should have pulled them out a little bit sooner is they would have finished cooking in the olive oil. Mind you, getting them crispy made them a little bit more solid, but I think they were a little bit too soft. And that was on me. I checked them and I went, I'll leave them a minute. And then I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. But I took them out with a slotted spoon, and then I let them just chill for a minute while my olive oil heated up. And then I threw them onto the olive oil to get them brown. So by themselves, they're perfect. But 1 minute less in the cook time, I think would have made it better. Could you just cook them stovetop without boiling them first? Absolutely. It'll take longer, and you're going to have to babysit them because you don't want them to get too brown. Yeah, it could burn, and so you don't want that. And it was a very easy recipe to make. I mean, I switch it up a little bit. Sometimes I use Anaheim, and sometimes I use Serrano. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. It depends on what mushrooms I'm using. Am I using a portobello? Am I using a yellow? Or a white? Not a yellow, a white. So it just depends on, or a cremini. Usually I'll buy creminis. These are bellas, baby bellas. But a lot of times if I'm buying them in bulk, I'm getting the creminis. So all of those work. It's what your favorite is. I don't like oyster mushrooms, so I would not use that. If I had chanterelles, I would not use it in this because chanterelles, I love them by themselves in a nice cream sauce and pasta. And a morel is very woodsy, so it would just overpower the potato. So that's the other thing. Who is going to be the star of your show? And because this was supposed to be the potato, I opted to stay with the baby bellas because they're a lot more mellow. I didn't use as much of the Serrano. I only did not a Serrano, of the Anaheim. I only used one of the smaller ones, even though I roasted both of them. And what you do is that you either throw them on the barbecue. I used the broiler because I didn't want to just heat up the barbecue that has no cover. I then have to cover it. I have to wait for it to cool down. It's been raining. So I put him in the broiler. I put the sheet pan, and then I put like the cookie where you cool the cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put the Serranos on top, or the Anaheims on top. Threw them in the broiler, flipped them over, and when they were nice and charred, I threw them into plastic, like a reusable or not a disposable plastic bag from the produce department. I added about a tablespoon or two of water, whatever, just a little bit of water. I threw them in there, and then I closed it, and I let them sit for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, however long. I was doing other stuff before I went back to it. Once I went back to it, I was able to peel off that nice top layer. And then once they cooled off, then I was able to remove the seeds from the inside. And once I did that, I was able to put them into little slices and set them aside as I continued to work on it. Everything cooled by the time I got it together because I had to go get the mushrooms, and I did that like hours later.
In your potatoes, you do any onions or garlic?
I did both actually.
Okay.
So I sauteed the onions, and once they were slightly sauteed, I added the mushrooms. Once the mushrooms were cooked through, then I added the Anaheim, the strips of Anaheim, the garlic, the thyme. I added sour cream. You could do creme fraiche, the Mexican crema, or sour cream. I opted for sour cream. I then added actually before that, I added flour and oh no, that flour was on the other one. Never mind. I'm like confusing both of my recipes. So saute the onions, the mushrooms. Once that's cooked, then you add the garlic. The thyme was also on the other one. You added the garlic and some seasonings and the sour cream to have it all nice and mixed. I know I was doing two things at the same time, so I'm like mixing up my my shepherd's pie, which I put the broth in there and I put the flour, so that made it, and the thyme that was on the on my shepherd's pie baked potato. This one, it was just salt, pepper, garlic. I put powdered garlic, but I also put like a tablespoon of the pre-cooked garlic in there.
Yeah.
Because I wanted it nice and fresh. I did throw some cilantro in there with the sour cream, but
yes,
I also added fresh cilantro in the taco. The salsa gave it a little kick. I really liked that. I hadn't done that before, but I think I liked it. But yeah, there's another. See, look, here's my potato.
Yeah. The spices you add in can make or break your potato. I'm not like rosemary. Rosemary is a strong spice, and I have a rosemary tree outside that I literally can go clip off, right? I have cilantro and basil outside. Can go clip off, right? Strong ones, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you add the fresh, you got to kind of watch it because it can overpower.
It
Your
can,
spice can overpower the potato.
especially the rosemary. Oh my goodness,
Especially
the
rosemary.
rosemary will take it over in no time.
Yeah. But all these things we have with potatoes, still my favorite thing that makes a potato is a frying pan. Sorry, all right. No matter what I do to it, I want to finish it off in the frying pan. A little bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit of butter. It depends on which type of potato. Like I did my pierogies in butter, but my chopped potatoes and onions, I did that with olive oil. Wouldn't do that with butter. All right, it would throw the taste a different way. All right, my French fries and my oh gosh, what's this? Hash brown.
Oh,
I like doing those in the air fryer. No butter.
okay.
No oil. Just and literally, I have done it where I've put them in a pan or put them on a sheet and put them in the broiler by themselves. And when I pull them out, I add the salt to them. I don't want to cook them in anything. That would take away the flavor. To me, the measure of a French fry is how many of the French fries can I eat before I dip into the ketchup? If I have to dip into the ketchup early, the French fries weren't that good.
I will say, as much as I don't really eat McDonald's, I can eat McDonald's fries without ketchup.
I can eat a whole, I can eat a whole thing of McDonald's fries. And I know my daughter, same way. My daughter loves them. So, and I think even Jesper loves them. So, but like I go to In-N-Out Burger. I'll go through In-N-Out Burger. And depending on, you got to choose which one you're going to eat first. You can eat the burger first, you get the fries first. If you eat the fries first, I can get all the way through them, but then the burger's not so good. Because either whatever one you eat, the other one got cold.
Yeah, I don't order In-N-Out fries. I don't like them.
I like them, but all right, I can eat half of them because I have to dip in ketchup to finish them because I'm going there for the burger. That's what I'm going there for is the burger.
Double, animal style.
Nah, I'll just take a plain cheeseburger, baby. Plain cheeseburger with onions. That's me.
All right. Maybe I'll do that next time. Probably not, but
yeah. I mean, and then isn't it funny that that's what I like. I mean, you think about In-N-Out Burger, they just they have a very basic menu. There's side options you can do, but you have your favorite when you go there. Me, I mean, down in Texas, we have the Whataburger, which Whataburger has so many varieties of burgers, right? You can get lost looking at their menu going, okay, well, do I want it on toast today or an English muffin or in a taco? I mean, you don't know what the hell you want.
Right.
In-N-Out. I want a cheeseburger. I want a cheeseburger double. I want a hamburger. I want a hamburger double. I want it regular. I want it with onions. I want an animal style. You know what I mean? That's it. Yep. There's no, turkey, bacon, French toast / cheeseburger.
But you can get a grilled cheese that's not on the menu. But if you order a grilled cheese, they will make you a grilled cheese. And guess what? When it comes to their milkshakes,
oh my gosh,
you can ask for a Neapolitan milkshake. It's not on the menu, but they will make it for you.
All right. So with that being said, though, but the idea though comes down to, all the things with like Whataburger and stuff. I will say of burger chains out there. Of fast food ones, In-N-Out's my favorite. McDonald's has got to be my second favorite because of the fact that I went through a period of life where that's all I could afford was McDonald's, and I still have I got a taste for it.
So it's near and dear to your heart.
It is, yeah. But there was one out there that was Smash Burger here, and they went around the country, and they had down here in South, they had a Chipotle Southwest or Spicy Baja, I think it was called.
Oh, that sounds yum.
Yeah, had guacamole on it. I think you could put a pepper jack cheese onto it. Their burger, of course, is smashed, kind of like the Freddy's smashed flat. They had I want to say it was like a Chipotle mayo sauce onto it. So I mean, it's the flavor sauce. With I mean, you had 4 jalapenos on it.
Oh wow!
I could eat that, baby. I loved it, and they don't make it anymore. And I just and
Oh,
that I stopped going to. Well, a lot of smash burgers closed up around here too.
mm.
So they did away with the good stuff, and nobody wanted to go there anymore, so they had to close their stores up.
Wow, that's
It
pretty
happens.
sad. There's still
Yeah.
the smash burger's still a thing out here. People love their
Well-
smash burgers. Like, all right, it's like you're just smashing the burger. What's the big deal? But charge more for
Well,
it. Fine.
it all come down to all. That's what makes most burger joints is all the extras. My point to this is what makes the extra these other burger joints, Whataburger, Smash Burger, all right,
Mhm.
Five Guys, whatever, is all the extras you can put on it.
Yeah. See,
What-
Five Guys does nothing for me.
Not me either.
People have been raving about it, and I went to Five Guys here in Oregon, and I went, "What's the big deal?" I didn't.
Now,
care.
Five Guys potato fry and their French fries. Now they're worth going for.
And they were fine. I've tried Five Guys a couple different places,
Yeah, not fun.
Oregon City and Tualatin. They were just fine.
Yeah.
It was nothing to write home about, in my opinion. I would have rather it had a double, or I would have rather have had a Big Mac.
Well, I mean, that goes back to why is the McDonald's cheeseburger the most famous one, or why is In-N-Out more famous? Because they make the focus is the meat.
Yep.
So, well, I could say that Wendy's too. Wendy's has actually got a pretty good burger.
I
All
haven't
right.
been to Wendy's in a little bit. I went to Carl's Jr. the other day because somebody
Yeah.
wanted a Carl's Jr. and they had been sick. So I picked up Carl's Jr. And I was like, when I was getting what I was getting for them, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like floored on the cost of Carl's Jr. I just got like just a little burger or cheeseburger, whatever it was that I got. And I was just like, I'm spending how much on fast food? I don't spend that kind of money on fast
I know.
food. The amount of money I spent on that lunch,
Yeah.
2 burgers, 1 fries, and 1 drink, I could have made a whole meal,
I know.
$30. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like,
I
but
think the last time I was at a Carl's Jr.'s was Palm Springs, California, 2016.
oh, that's been a
9
while.
years ago. And the only reason we went there, I don't know if you remember Katrina Sawa. She lives.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I still follow her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I still get her emails once in a while. Yeah.
Katrina and I were
Sorry,
speaking at an
business.
event, and we were actually we carpooled back to LAX to get our flights out. And we left the event. We were both starving. So in the car, we went through drive-through Carl Jr.'s and we ate in the car
I've done
because we
that.
had to get back to the airport to catch our flights.
Right.
So it's just like, it's the last time I've been to a Carl Jr.
Wow.
However, tonight was all about
Jumpstart
the
your
potato.
business, doll. If you're new to your business, Katrina Sawa will help you jumpstart your business.
She's cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
She is.
So, I mean, tonight's focus was all about the potatoes. I'm still sipping on a potato vodka martini. And I'm just
And
telling you,
I'm
I can
nibbling
sip
on a
on
potato
martinis.
chip.
I think I still have some left. Oh, no, that's just the ice and water.
I'm going to have to go look for my potato vodka because I know I have it at the office. Or
It's going to bother you.
Yeah.
It's going to bother you where that potato vodka is. So, well, I mean, this has been a great show. Been a very, very interesting idea. All right. Just trying something unique. Everything was potato on the show tonight. So, again, to repeat, I'm going to repeat what I had, and then Glass will repeat what she had. I had potatoes, just chopped up potatoes fried with onions, French fries, hash browns, and pierogies. And then I had Chopin potato vodka straight by itself and in a dirty martini. So, and Gladys, tell them again, you had, I mean, you didn't have the vodka, but you had.
I had potato mushroom tacos, and I had a shepherd's pie baked potato.
Mm-hmm.
Have potato chips because why not?
Yeah.
And I paired that with the Portugal the Man, the beer, locally made, brewed and canned in Portland. It is a lager, Stormbreaker Brewery. I did run, a 5K, so that was there. And I also paired it with Casa Noble Tequila Añejo. So those were my two pairings
Yep.
that I did with my with what I did potato wise.
Cool beans. So I mean, and that's what our show is about, just doing interesting things. This one here was just an off the wall, interesting that we decided to try. Next week, we're going to go into some of the things. The next few weeks, we're going to go into some very interesting subjects. We're going to go into some Christmas stuff, some Hanukkah stuff, interesting enough this year. And then we're going to celebrate something towards the end of the month. We're going to celebrate something that we should have planned ahead for, but we didn't. All right. But we're actually going to talk about it. And that is the anniversary of the end of Prohibition, which should be part of a show called Like the Way You Drink. Don't give me that look.
No, I was just kind of hello.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, you know, as the holidays are now in session, guys, I know you're going to a lot of parties. Please go back and review some of our older shows, because believe it or not, we've got some older great shows with some party ideas for party extras to take to your holiday party this year. All right, that you wouldn't believe would actually pair well with what's going on at that party. I mean, come on, we've got 165 episodes and 165 different pairings. I think we've only repeated the same pairing 3 times.
Yeah, we usually don't. There's a few that we do just because they're kind of fun, but other than that, we switch it up.
There's a couple things that have been, and there's a couple things that are going to be yearly anniversary shows, just because they're a pairing made in heaven, and they have to be repeated. Anyway, so we love doing this broadcast every week, ladies and gentlemen. Right, this is called Like the Way You Drink. Gladys Spud-tacular and I started this in 2021. We are now 4 years into doing it. And you'd think we should have, like, if you calculated 4 years, you can tell we've taken time off, which every now and then we do take a break. All right. We don't do this 52
I was in Europe a month ago.
Yeah.
And so we had to.
Well, we don't do our podcast 52 weeks a year. That's just letting you know that we don't. I want to say it's on average about 45 to 48 episodes a year, which is still a lot to do every year. All right. But for the most part, we try to do this and try to be fun. We try to bring unique ideas. So our business pays the bills around here, ladies and gentlemen. Our business. But before we tell you about our businesses, we started this because we wanted to do something fun that we love doing, and we want to find other people like you who wanted to do it with us. We are trying to build a community of people who like the way they drink. If you want to join that community, go to likethewayyouDrink.com. Right now, it is called the VIP Insiders Club. But we don't know what name we're going to give it. Once we get enough members, I'm going to put it to you this way. Once we get 100 members, 100 members are going to vote on what the name is. All right. We're getting close. So if you want to be in the 100 members who joins and tells us what the name of our club is going to be, by all means, our community, then by all means, now's the time to join. You must be 21 to join. All right. There is a thing telling you have to be 21. So please put in your birthday so we know you're 21. It's because we're talking about alcohol and we're doing alcohol-related things. We don't want to violate any laws doing so in our community events, which are outside of a broadcast.
That's right. And you will be part of those founders.
Yeah.
I like being part of a founders club.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. You and I are. We are the founders. We're looking forward to the day that, like, this could be our community, our business, our life. I don't know about you, Gladys. I'd like a life if all I have to do is show up every week to drink someplace. If I could get paid to do that. Anyway.
We'll make it happen.
I know.
It's going to happen. It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. All right. Well, anyway, our businesses do pay the bills around here. So please, by all means, all right, go check out our businesses. We do a quick commercial here on each one of our businesses and let you know what we do and who we are and how you get a hold of us. We always start with Gladys because she is the woman in the group. So Gladys, go ahead and tell them about what you do.
I am Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, helping you become employer of choice through employee benefits. Because if you can show your staff how much you care about them, guess what? They're going to take care of your clients. And by them taking care of your clients, that means you're going to have repeat business and referrals through those clients because they're going to like how well they are being treated. So if you want to know, how do I do that, Gladys, go to enrollnoworegon.com. That is the link to my calendar, and we will start the conversation. This is Gladys Boutwell, Insurance by Design, here to help you become that employer of choice. And this is my co-host.
Hey guys, my name is Tim Gillette, and I have Simple Easy Marketing, Simple Easy Online Businesses. I've been an online mentor and guru. I hate that word, guru. Anyway, I've been an online person for more than 15 years. In 2023, I started Simple Easy Websites as a company to help you build your websites, get it out there, and get results online using the very tactics and very ideas that we have done over the past 15 years to help people get results online. SimplyEasyWebsites.com. You can review your website, all right, or go to timgillette.com and check out some of the other stuff I do, some of the other podcasts I do, things like that. We have loved being part of your world. We hope that you love being part of ours. I'll hide this. I want to show something. I'm actually trying it. No, there it is. Do me a favor, guys. If you haven't already, go over and like our Instagram page, because one of the things we're doing is trying to do stories on our Instagram, and we would love your input. All right. Our assistant would love to get more stories, more of your stories and feedback to be able to put down on our Instagram page. Go follow us, Instagram, Like the Way You Drink. All right. That being said, Gladys, it's another week. It's here. It's come. It's gone. What are we going to do?
So next week, y'all, who likes chocolate?
Who doesn't like chocolate?
Besides my brother.
Yeah, you ever notice it's always a brother who doesn't like chocolate?
But he will do white chocolate. But that's a different story. White chocolate isn't chocolate. But that's okay. I think that's why he likes it. But that's okay.
Racist. I'm sorry.
You know, the Latino's married to a white chick, so I don't know how racist he really is.
He's married to a white chick, and he likes white chocolate. He's racist.
Oh, he likes the whites. It's okay.
What are you gonna do, man?
Thank you all very much. We'll see you next week with another episode of Like the Way You Drink. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.